Hi, Mari Pili with Everable here, and today we're gonna be talking about how to craft a compelling, irresistible, and superior offer. Are you ready? Okay, so we know that for advertising and marketing, you have to have a good offer in order to compete with your competitors. So, in order to have a great offer, we have found that there are 8 fundamental elements that your offer needs to have. So now, when I'm talking about the offer, I don't necessarily mean about like a special or just like a discount on your prices, though that is one of the elements. When I say offer, what I mean is that you're also crafting your value proposition. And your value proposition has a very specific purpose. And it answers the question, if I am your ideal client or patient, why should I go with you rather than somebody else? So when you're answering this question, then you can really have a competitor's advantage and get that ideal client every single time. How amazing is that? So one of the reasons that you really need to craft your offer is to have that competitor's advantage, but to make it superior to any of your competitors around you. Now you can tell me, Billy, how can I make my offer superior when the person around the corner is selling Botox for $7 a unit, when I cannot do that? I have a rent to pay, I have staff to pay, I just can't compete with that. Let me tell you something, you don't have to compete by price. And that is what I mean about creating your offer. When you are creating your offer, you are offering so much more than just price. If your ideal audience is the person that is price hunting, then yes, let me tell you something, you're not gonna be able to compete there. As simple as that. But your ideal client is probably not that person. Your ideal client is probably somebody that really wants to take care of themselves, that is ready to feel confident, that maybe is in a little bit of a higher income and they are ready to invest in themselves. Am I right? So in order to get that ideal person, you have to craft the offer around them. What do they appreciate the most? How will they feel at home when they go to your med spa? How will they feel like a VIP every single time they have a touch point with you? When they call, when they go in there to get a service, or just when they go in there for their consultation. So thinking about these things is how you actually craft this irresistible offer. And that is really what we want. Make it irresistible, but to your ideal client, right? So like I said, a superior offer has 8 elements that we've noticed have worked the most. Let's call it a little bit of a formula. However, I do have to say that this formula, you can change it depending on where you're at in your business. You might be a solopreneur and you might just need to change it a little bit here and there. Or you might be in the med spa industry for 10, 15, 20 years, right? So it just depends on where you're at that you are going to create this formula for yourself. However, this is kind of what we've seen has worked the best. So first off, let's go with the obvious. The core offer as a special or a bundle. So what we've noticed is that when we started our Everable a few years back, what really worked the best was a very specific offer. So $500 off your Coolsculpting package. Now, I know that Coolsculpting in itself has their own limitations here and there, so of course you always have to follow their guidelines. But back then, that is what worked the most. Now, what I've noticed is that yes, those kind of offers still work really good, but the other aspect to it and what we're seeing the most trending now is creating a bundle. Because some of these services have been out in the industry for a while, now and there are so many more advances and so many more machines and competitors to Coolsculpting specifically, or even for Botox, then what we've noticed is that a bundle style of pricing works really well. What do I mean? Well, you want to make something like a little package that actually solves certain amount of issues or challenges for somebody. So say a whole like makeover transformation. Maybe keep yourself looking 10 years younger. What does that look like? Maybe for somebody specifically, it looks like a little bit of Botox, maybe a diamond glow, and maybe also a little bit of Coolsculpting on their chin or some Kybella. So that is a bundle, a package that you are customizing for your specific client, and you create a package that works for them. So you can say $500 off your 10 years younger package. You know what I mean? So it just depends. But this is a huge trend that we are currently seeing, and that is getting bigger and better. And it is a great way to customize a package. Number 2, finance and payment plans. So one of the big things about the med spa industry, it is that it is a little bit pricey, but that's okay. Right? If the person is ready to buy, ready to invest in themselves, which we've seen there are a lot of people out there that are ready to take on that step, then it becomes a no-brainer. However, money's money. We are in an economic crisis. A lot of people do not have the money to invest right there and then, but they are willing to have a plan around it. So I know that a lot of you guys already work with Green Sky. I think that is the most common one. But there are so many other financing options out there. You can do something in-house, or there are a few other companies which we'll list below that you can check out, and they have options where you get the payment, you as a med spa get the payment, but then your patient or client pays them on a monthly basis. There's also the option of something like PayPal, where there's no interest for the first 6 months. But again, that is between the patient and the company, right? So open yourself up to other financing options, but making sure that you do have something is going to make you have a more compelling offer. Things like, hey, start now with 0 down might be very compelling to somebody. They might be ready to get started, but like with PayPal, pay nothing in the first 6 months, and then you can start paying afterwards, or whatever that looks like. So do look into other companies if you are seeing that a lot of people don't get into that credit check because of Green Sky. I know Green Sky itself is doing so much more for the industry, so make sure to check those out. But open yourself to other options. Number 3, payment terms. So it goes back with number 2. Of course, you want to give them financing option, and making sure that that is part of your offer is going to be huge for a lot of people. But the payment terms are as important. Like I said in the previous one, making something like 0 down or in-house financing or no credit check might also help you. Maybe it's not your ideal clients that they currently have the money and they're ready to pay you, but they are ideal in other ways, in the sense that they appreciate your work and they are really willing to do whatever it takes. They might just not be there financially, but they are willing to do whatever to make sure that they get that service. Number 4, risk reversal. So this is something that I know a lot of med spas have a little bit of an issue with, because, and I understand, you don't want to put all this pressure of a guarantee, but having a guarantee, especially for those services that are not as instant, can actually help somebody feel a little bit more at ease. And what we want is really lower that barrier of resistance. So letting people know like, hey, if your Coolsculpting treatment does not work, we will treat you at half the price. Or we will try everything in our power to make sure that it works as best to its ability as possible. Letting them know that they have an out also helps, because people might just not be right there where you want them. But lowering the barrier makes them think, hey, what do I have to lose, right? Everything that they're telling me is all about gaining more of my confidence. These can help me out, so might as well do it. And that's what we want. Number 5, this one is more about your value proposition. So we want to make sure that you have all of your credentials ready and displayed. Now, not only do you have to have them displayed, which I think is great. If in your consultation room, you have a dark consultation room and it is kind of creepy, then I'm gonna tell you right here and right now, get yourself some lamps, some nice lighting, but also make sure to have all of your credentials up on the wall on some shelves. Make sure that when they enter the room, they feel confident, comfortable that you are the person they should be seeing and that you are the most knowledgeable person in this business, right? So whether it's yours or your staff's that they've won certain awards, certificates, even if it's like their degree, like whatever you have, make sure to add it onto your wall. Get some nice frames and make it look like you know what you're talking about, because more than likely you do. You probably have all the knowledge, but people might not know that because of course you're not parading around with your certificates. But this is the moment to expose that wall and get that wall of honor up. Do it. It's gonna make a world of a difference. So this next one is all about urgency, and it is a tactic. Hey, for a limited time offer, we want to create a little bit of FOMO for them. Especially for those, this is specifically for those people that are already a little bit more down on the funnel, that they are problem aware and solution aware, and they're just ready to find the best person out there to solve their challenge. So for those people, we want to create a little FOMO of like, hey, for a limited time only, we have 20% off Coolsculpting, or we have, whatever special we want to get into it, right? So buy now, the more you buy, the more you save, or BOGO, right? Any kind of limited time offer is going to help and push those people that are already there, but they just need that extra little confidence boost. The next one is scarcity. Now, I know that there is a little bit of debatable data here, right? However, in our experience, scarcity for the most part work. As human beings, we are procrastinators at heart, and so we usually wait till the last minute to get something we want. Not everybody's like that, I know that, but a lot of the times we are. And so letting people know that, hey, there's only 30 gift cards available. We can only do this for a few people. We have this amazing bundle of Botox, Diamond Glow, and a Kybella package for the first 5 to 10 people that come in through the door that really want it. Then people want to compete for those, and it is the time to do so. Again, some of these tactics have to be done very precisely, so make sure that it fits specifically for your business and your offer. And last but not least, it's the one-time deal and adding a bonus onto that. So a lot of people are ready to buy, but they're a little bit hesitant. Maybe they're those type of people that are a little bit more analytical and they might need a little bit more convincing, right? So we already gave them a great offer, but hey, if you buy now, you also get an additional filler for half the price, or you get a complimentary facial or something along those lines, right? So what we've done, for example, in the past is that we have our Coolsculpting offer, and if a client has just gotten a new machine and they want to kind of like sell it around, they might get a free demo of that extra machine when they're coming for their offer. And that is a great way to, one, adding a bonus to your offer, and two, you also get them excited about something new that you have in your practice. So what do you have to lose? Make sure to add an extra bonus in that offer. It is like that last little piece that people really want to see. So there you have it. Those are the 8 elements to creating a compelling, irresistible, and superior offer. Do you have all of them in your advertising right now? If you don't, make sure to call us and let us know how you're doing. We love to hear from you. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.